Hello everybody, this is Duck and welcome to another episode of Duck's World, where we are starting here right next to the farmhouse because we've got to get a food situation figured out. I'm not building a farm right now because I'm that kind of person. I just like making it harder for me later. But I'm going to take the bread from this death counter and I'm switching it out for cobblestone. So yes, I have still 31 deaths with the bread. But now we're counting it by cobblestone, not by bread, so that I can use this food. I do have a couple cooked pork chops and dried kelp in an emergency. But now we have a more reliable source of food. Now what we're going to do in today's episode is I'm going to try to do my best to get a mob farm started. Now this could be very difficult because I'm bad at this type of stuff, but I'm going to try nonetheless. But yeah, we'll just see what kind of goes there, and hopefully it works out better than some other attempted farms. Looking at you, food farm, here on this world. So I'm just gonna find a spot to build it, and then we will start right up today. So right here in between the two villages, there's the second one. There's just over this ridge is the first one and the base. We are going to start the mob farm, just kind of right in the middle, so it's close by and handy. And so for there to be mob damage so that a sweeping edge sword can one hit them, they need to fall from 26 blocks high. So we've got one here, and we're just going to walk up, or not walk, but stack up as far as we can, and then we will be building the mob farm to the best that I know how from the very minor YouTube tutorials that I've seen, and then we will we'll just hopefully figure it out. I don't have very much iron anymore to be doing any sort of like hopper system at the bottom, so we might just have to collect them by hand, which is not ideal, but it'll work. And now that I'm way up here, I just realized that I don't have a water bucket on me, so I'm going to have an issue getting down. But if I count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 18. Okay, we're at 18 and we just fell, unfortunately. I just let go of the shift key for sneak, and that happens. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough at this game yet to be able to reliably do stuff like this, I guess. So we'll grab our items, and we'll have to go back to the death counter real quick and put one more cobblestone in the death. I'm still impressed, as much as it's sad that I've got 32 deaths now. I'm still impressed that I've only had 32, because I definitely could have a whole lot more with how this series has gone down, especially with like the first 12 15 hours worth of playing. It was a pretty interesting time with me accomplishing nothing and dying all the time. But what I will say is that's not the worst death I've done, so we won't belabor it. But yeah, I'll grab my stuff and then we'll run back and we'll put another cobblestone in the death counter, and then I'll definitely bring a water bucket so that doesn't happen again, and then we'll continue on our way with building it up. One thing I don't like, and I think I've said it before, is how items in Minecraft explode out when you die. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I guess it is what it is. So we got the bow here, pickaxe in the third, axe, shovel. I don't know where I got the bone meal from, but I'll take it. Pork chops, food goes here. And then we've got building blocks here in the 7th slot. Okay, so let's go quickly back. We'll count another death, and then we'll continue our building process. So we're here. We're now up to 32 deaths on the series, which, like I said before, I'm still kind of impressed by. I thought I would have died quite a bit more than that, given that we're on, episode 16 or 17? But I did also grab 2 water buckets, so I'll have one in my hotbar to save myself if I do die, and then I'll have one for the water of the actual mob farm. So what we're going to do is I'm going to combat the issue with trying to get up there. I'm just going to start building the other pillars for the mob farm so we can get up to the same level, and that'll also guarantee my own for my own sanity that I counted the numbers right, because I'm second guessing myself right now. And then we will just continue from there after we build wrong button the killing chamber for the mobs. So we'll get started on that. I will just need to cobblestone. How far do I want to go out? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And so, like I said before, once we get to 26, that'll be enough fall damage for mobs to be a one hit, and all mobs would be a one hit. So I'll just continue pillaring up, and I'll connect these two at 26 high, and then we can work from there. So I've now connected these two pillars up, and for the water bucket challenge for this episode, I'm not going to go way back over to the base, way back there to jump off of the observation tower. I'm just going to jump here because I need to, and we'll just see that I'll die. Oh, I won't. Oh, wow. That's the biggest one I've done yet, and it worked out well. That's good. So now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll just build up 2 more pillars to connect it for a square. So now we have our platform, a rectangular platform that's 26 blocks over, and we've got the 4 pillars across the landscape. And now what I've got to do is I've got to punch out a hole here in the center, just so that mobs can fall through. And I'm going to make it 3 by 5. Just so that there is enough space for mobs to get through and fall down to their unfortunate demise down there. And then what we need to do is we need to take these blocks out here, and we need to build this out for some spawning platforms before we are able to put water in. And we just need to widen this out so that mobs can spawn here, and then we will indeed be able to start filling in the water to push mobs down, and we'll be able to start getting this mob farm looking a little bit better than it is already. So I just got back from sleeping through the night over here in the second village, and looking at this this monstrosity, I definitely did it wrong. So we're gonna have to do something else. I built it the wrong way. So actually what I needed to do is I need to make it smaller. The big gaping hole in the middle will actually do more harm than good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix that real quickly, and then I'll let you know what we're doing next to get this underway. So we've got the spawning platform almost done. It is one hole in the center and then a 7 by 7 around it. I just need to finish up one more side. But to do that, I've got to go get more cobblestone from down by the base where I've been doing the dig, just because I ran out. I didn't have that much on me. So I'm going to go quickly run and get some cobblestone, and I will catch you guys when it's all finished up. And that's not what I want to do, but I do have a... Where'd it go? Just threw it. I do have a milk bucket now. Don't know why I would need that right now. And I'm also walking the wrong direction. I'm disoriented. But I'm going to grab some more cobblestone, and then we will be able to finish up the walls of the mob farm and get it to the point where I can start working on the ceiling and the killing chamber. So as the sun is setting, I do now have the entire platform built. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up, I think six blocks up here. And what I'm going to want to do, is I'm going to just build up walls that are 6 blocks high, so that we can close them in. 6. And we can close them in so that mobs can spawn in here. This isn't going to be the best in terms of productivity, if it works at all. It'll just be something to kind of get me working, so I've got some mob drops. And what this will do is this will ensure enough space for mobs to spawn, and then once they see me, they'll all kind of funnel down through the hole in the center, where they will be able to be killed by me. Oh, that's not good. I'm lucky there was water here. So like that, they'll fall down, and then they'll sit right here in the center, and then I'll come in with a sword, sweeping edge, and kill them. So that's what that looks like. Now because it's dark and I'm a ways away from the base, I'm just going to continue working up here where it's a little bit of a smaller possibility of mobs spawning and a little bit easier for me to manage. So I might even be working through this night. But I'll just continue working on these walls, and I'll catch you guys when something of note happens again. So we now have the walls in place here for the mob farm. I'm kind of sort of waiting for day to come before I put the roof on, just so that I have a little bit of some guarantees that I'm not going to get immediately blown up by a creeper here. So that's kind of what I'm waiting on. What I will say is there are a considerable amount of mobs here, and I just angered an enderman, so I do know that this is a distance where they will pathfind to me, because I just stared directly at him and he was going nuts down on the ground trying to get to me. So I am aware that they will find me and pathfind here, so I'm not too concerned about that. I do think I might just go ahead and get started on the roof here, even though I'm concerned about mobs starting to spawn. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in the very topmost part of this wall, and that'll make that'll bridge the ceiling together. And then what I'll do is I will, just to show you, I'll put water here in the corners. And what it'll do is it'll allow mobs to spawn where the water isn't. So I actually will do some sort of trench like this, and then go diagonally, so that the water kind of funnels them into the center, and then they'll just fall in there, and then I'll be able to kill them. So that's kind of the plan right now for it. So that's what I'm looking for. But what I'm going to do right now is, as the sun is coming up, I'm going to make it so I can't see the sun, and take the ceiling in, and then we'll pillar up on the outside, and we'll be able to finish it up from there. So I did just fall through this hole, and I did die again. So I did add another cobblestone to the death counter. But one thing that I need to do now that I've gotten to the point where I don't have any water streams back up there, I'm going to have to pillar on the outside, because I don't yet have all of the walls and the ceiling in. So we're going to pillar up, and then I'll have to cut it out later. But we're making steady progress. There was a little bit of a hiccup on how to build up the spawning platforms, which we got situated now. So now all we've got to do is we've got to make sure that we can get this spawning thing done. And yes, I am aware that it's glitching out. I think it's my graphics card. Minecraft sometimes no, it won't spawn in some stuff. So that's just how that goes. I don't know why it does that. It just does. But yeah, we're just gonna finish up the ceiling, and then we will work on the water streams. For the time being, I'm gonna light this up just so I don't have to worry about mobs spawning on me right now, and then we can worry about removing the torches and getting stuff set up later to get them spawning. I do need to get water. I should have gotten a water bucket while it's down there. So we'll have to do that here in a second. I might do that now. And how much does my... Yeah, well, I was going to say, well, I'm just going to tank the death and fall down again to grab it, but I don't really want to do that. So, what do we got? We got sand. We'll place sand down here for now. We'll have to grab it later. But I can't because of the stupid sign. Okay, well, we'll just go up again then. And where's the pillar that I just made? Oh crap! Fall in the water. Didn't fall in the water. Well, okay. Death counter. We're up to 34 now. And we're gonna quickly sleep, and then we'll go get the items. Which is not something I wanted to do again, but it'll work. So now let's go back up here and get it. Get the items back, and then I'll use the water buckets so I don't have to keep falling all the time. And then we'll get the rest of this mob farm settled. So, as I would expect now, I wouldn't expect anything else. I did die again. We're up to 35 from the death counter. But in the process of that, as I keep falling, we were able to get the spawning platforms done. So all we need to do now is get the water and finish up the ceiling, and then we should be ready to go. So that's the one positive of this progress update. One negative is I'm getting tired of having to resort my inventory after I die every time. It's getting a little ridiculous. More than anything because it takes me too long to drag stuff over and move it over and find my food slot and all of that. I am going to make one more water bucket, or bucket for water, so I don't need to make another one while I'm up there or whatnot. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we'll get the rest of the water in, and then we'll finish up the ceiling, and then we should have a mob farm spawning spot at least. We might have to do the collection area in the next episode, but we'll have at least the top portion of the farm done. So I'm gonna go grab a bucket, and then we will be able to finish up the spawning area of the mob farm. So it is indeed nighttime once again, but as you can see, I do have spawning areas. They're not very big. I don't need a super large mob farm. I just need something that'll get me a little bit of some spawn rates going. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut the wall out temporarily because I need to get all the water put in. So I need to center up the water placement and then place them and then place them and then one more over here. And it's right here. The water bucket's right here. Okay, so we've got this here. So now what should happen is mobs should spawn and then they'll get pushed by the water. I hope. This is my first mob farm. It could be completely wrong. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see once everything's covered up and we have a little bit of some better spawning rates. But what I'm going to do now is I am going to find a way out of here, like that, and then we'll finish covering it up. And then what I'm going to do then is I'm probably just going to light up the area around it so mobs actually spawn in here, because I think that would, help my drop rates if the mobs actually spawned where they're supposed to. And then we'll see what's going on. If we still have time, we might do the collection system. If we don't have time, well, we don't have time. So I'll see about that too in between clips. But if it's not done today, it'll definitely be done in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. If this doesn't work, we might have an interesting episode later on where we tear it down. I don't know. I hope it works. I need gunpowder. It might be easier for me to dig out the hole in the on the base if I mean if I had like TNT or something. So we'll definitely need to see about that. I definitely know where there's plenty of sand. I'm still looking for a desert temple. I would love to have a desert temple somewhere around where I am, just because, I mean, that would be nice. Having some of that loot and a little bit of some TNT to get me going would be helpful. But I haven't even seen a desert on this world at all. So it's probably somewhere I just haven't explored far enough. And at some point when I have a compass, maybe I'll do another exploration episode. But I'm not to that point yet because I can't even apparently build a mob farm without dying. So I'm going to, well, first before I go down here, let's tear this column that I just went up down. Or not. I don't have any more water. I'll have to come back for that one since it's dirt. I don't have to worry too much about it. I'll take this one down. I might leave that pillar up just in case I need to work on it next episode anyways. Work on the mob farm next episode, just because that might be easier. So, let's take this pillar down, and then we can see kind of what the mob farm's doing. I mean, right now they're going to spawn on the ground because it's dark around here, so I might have to light it up later. As you can see, I mean, there's the skeleton right there. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might just sit here for the night, just because I really would mind not dying. So I might sit here and wait for daytime to come back, and I'll kind of brainstorm what else we can do with the mob farm. Maybe some sort of collection system, if I have enough iron for some hoppers and stuff like that. I'll definitely need chests over there, but it might be when I have to swing with my sword, it might just be something that I collect. I collect the items in my inventory there manually, which isn't terrible. It's not gonna... This little mob farm, if it produces anything, won't produce very much. So that's that. But I think that's going to be about it for this before we light stuff up. Oh crap! I went too far down. Now they're angry at me. I'm just gonna go back up. I really don't want to deal with mobs right now since I've died 4 times in this video already. So what we'll do is we'll observe this village in all its glory, as there's a farmer out working in the middle of the day, apparently, right next to a skeleton. But yeah, I'll just wait until day here, and then we'll start lighting the place up and getting it ready for some actual work. So I will catch you guys in a second with hopefully more interesting content than me standing up on a pillar hiding from one zombie and one skeleton. So now that it's daytime, I came down. I used the 18 torches that I had just to light up the area around it a little bit. I'll have to do a better job of it later, but right now, I mean, it's adequate. Move donkey. But we've got a mob farm. I don't know, stupid donkey. I don't know if it works because I haven't pillared back up there. I'll do it next episode when I am working on the collection system for it, if it does work. If not, we might have a cleanup episode next time. I don't know yet. But that's probably going to do it for me today, just because it seems like it's going to be a larger endeavor next episode. So I'm going to have a little bit of a shorter episode now, and probably a longer one next episode. At least I hope. And I'm running away from that creeper because I didn't see him. He blends in too well. Did he see me? Take him out. I missed. I don't have another arrow. Crap. I guess that works. Just get rid of him. I didn't die. How much? I might have to get new armor soon. My durability is starting to run out. But that's a problem for another time. One thing I will do is this shoutout board. I think I'm going to take it down just because now that I'm actually doing some progress on other things in the landscape, it's kind of looking sore. It's a little bit of an eyesore. That's what we'll do to finish out this episode. It'll be something quite boring and monotonous, but I'll take care of this shout-out board here, and then I'll take care of this stupid failed contraption down there. I do want to give one more shout-out before I pull this down to Kyle DeWraith, who is the channel artist and has given me advice on it. Ethan and Josh B and Marcel MJ Productions, Star34, GeoNate Teddy. All of you guys have given me a lot of feedback, and I do appreciate it. And before I take this down, just for the sake of having it written somewhere on camera for a little bit, we'll put IrateTigerr in here, who is the wonderful person who is editing these videos. So again, I know you did it last episode, but say hi here, something. Maybe throw up your channel again for a couple frames just so it's there. I do appreciate your help here as well, as I do everybody's help here. Now, I am going to take this down just because it is just wooden planks right here. But these people will not be forgotten by me. They still have been fundamental in the start of this channel and this series, and I do appreciate all of their help. So we will definitely, I'll definitely have to do some sort of board like this later, or some sort of recognition like I did here at the beginning of the series. So we've taken this down, the shout out board. And we'll have to, like I said, I will have to find something. Oh, falling in a hole. We'll have to find something better than just a couple of signs for them to let them know that they've been appreciated in this series, which they have. And I know they know that they're appreciated, but it's still nice to have something on camera that people see every once in a while. Maybe something a little bit more common than just this random. At the top of the hill, this random board that's just made of oak planks and doesn't really look that great. Recognizing them for what they've done. So now we're going to take apart this automatic food farm, which went about as good as a dentist appointment when you have had no sleep for three days. It went terrible. So yeah, we are pulling this apart. I'll take the lava out first before I do something stupid. So let's take the lava out. And then we can take our other bucket, take the water out over here. And then we've got another sign yet again. We've got a lot of signs now. The death sign. If you saw that, the death sign. Pull this out, take the redstone components. I'll need them eventually. At least I hope. I hope I will. I must have put another water source here. We'll just block it. Get rid of it that way. But yeah, I think that's about it for my plans for today. I'm just gonna finish up cleaning up this mess just so it looks a little bit better. And I'll worry about terraforming later. But yeah, that's gone. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the feedback and your viewership. It means a lot to me. And we will finish up the mob farm in the next episode if it works. And please let me know if I'm doing something terribly wrong. I really would like it. I feel bad because I haven't taken very much consideration for your guys' feedback. And if I'm doing something terribly wrong with this thing, I would like to know. Because mob farms is one thing that I have absolutely no clue on, but I kind of wanted to do it independently to see what I can do first, and then, which is probably the wrong way to do it, as I can see that I've left a hole on that wall. So this is going to serve as my my final adios for the video, but I'll quickly get a clip of me getting rid of this this cobblestone block. Oh, not a clip. We'll just keep it in here. I can continue rambling for longer. This video won't be as short as I thought it would. But yeah, this series has been a lot of help for me. It's made the start of this YouTube channel a whole lot easier, being in a single player world. I am hopefully very soon, I've said it a couple times now, I'm hopefully going to have some multiplayer content for you guys, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, other than that, I do appreciate your guys' feedback and support. I will be getting some sort of global ground redstone video out to you guys later, and that's a project that I've been working on for quite a while, and that's all you guys get to know about it. It's going to be a surprise. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that too. That'll come out in not too long. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I think that'll be it for me today. Sorry for the rambling at the end of the video, but until next time, adios.